Hello, my name is Thorben. I work in business development at Ask Brian, a Thinkcell company, and today I want to show you how to work more productively in sales using our multifunctional AI assistant, Brian. The first use case is when you take over a new account, so you want to learn more about the company, which industry they are in, and be well prepared for the next meeting you have with your counterparts. Let's say you have BMW as an account and you want to learn more about the company and get up-to-date information about it. So your first steps would usually be to have a look onto the website and read through everything. With Brian, you can save time by just asking to summarize the website, and with that, you will get all the information about the company, what are the news, and what kind of products and services they are selling. As a next step, you want to know how a business is recently doing, if they're likely to expand or cut costs, and in which business segments and in which countries in the world they are making their profit. So you can just ask Brian for a company analysis of that film. Brian will then send you a document with all the financial data you need to know about the company. So just download it. Always make sure to enable the editing so you can see all the information. So this is how a company analysis with Brian looks like. You can see the sources Morningstar. You have insights, annuals, quarters, annual segments, and quarter segments. At insights, you can see where the company is based, which industry they are in, and also who are the most important people at the company. Also, you can see the most important financial ratios. Then clicking on annuals, you can see the detailed financial information about the company. As an example, you can see that the total revenue, the gross profit, and also the operating expenses went up. So this can indicate that the numbers of employees also went up and you have the opportunity to sell more licenses, for example. What's also really interesting to see is the chart with the segments. So you can see BMW as an example is active in the automotive industry, but also in the motorcycles industry, and also makes a lot of profit in the financial services. In addition, you can also see the geographic segments, so you can see in which countries BMW makes the most profit. So now you know in which industry your client is active in, and also in which business segment and geography they make most of their profit. To be well prepared for small talk in the next meeting, you may also want to know about trends and challenges of your client's industry. So you can ask Brian for an industry brief in this example of the automotive industry in Germany. Brian will send you a briefing package of a requested industry, and in addition to a company list and industry KPIs, you also get a PowerPoint file with the industry primers. This PowerPoint file is really helpful to get a better understanding about the industry your client is in. So as you can see, you get an industry introduction with an overview, the key products, leading companies, and key target markets. Also, you get the value chain of the industry, Porter's 5 forces analysis, which is really helpful, and also the key challenges of the industry and the mega trends. So with that, you should be well prepared for your next client's meeting. Have fun. The next use case is when you receive a RFQ, a request for quote or for proposal for information, and you see that the document is 100 pages long, has no table of content, so it would be really time consuming to go through all the information which is in the document. So what you can do with Brian is to simply upload the file or drag and drop it into Microsoft Teams and ask Brian to summarize the document. You can also specify basically anything to be included in the summary. So I would just write, please summarize the document and tell me when the quote needs to be submitted. What's the deadline to submit questions? And which documents need to be delivered alongside the quote. Then just send the request to Brian. And you will get all the information you need to know. Maybe you need to submit also a specific document alongside the quote, for example, a master service agreement. and you've already received that kind of document from your colleagues for a different client in the past, but it's an English PDF document and you need to submit everything in German. So what you would do is just upload the file and tell Brian to convert the file from PDF into Word, and then also to translate it from English into German. Then receiving the file back from Brian, you just need to download the file. Then always make sure to enable the editing. And then you can read through the document, maybe make some edits and send it out to your client. Just a small tip, if you're converting files with Brian, make sure the target format is the correct one. For example, if you want to convert it into PowerPoint or into an Excel file, make sure to write that down. You also want to share another PDF document from a large information package, but only 3 pages are relevant for your counterpart, and you also don't have the original document. You can also ask Brian to do that for you. So just tell Brian to extract the pages you need of the document, and he will do that within seconds. So again, just download the file. And as you can see now, it's only 3 pages long. It's page 8 to page 10. So everything you need. The next use case is creating content for your counterparts, for example, drafting an email by using Brian Gen AI. So this is how such a prompt could look like. I just use it to describe a new feature of our product, which will be released in the next version. And I want to send it out to some of my accounts because I know it's especially relevant for some of the departments. You can adapt your prompt. For example, you can tell Brian to choose a professional but friendly style if that is challenging for you to find yourself. Or you could also tell him to use bullet points to get a more structured email. If you just drafted an email really quick and you're not sure about the formulation, you can also ask Brian to formulate the email, for example, making it sound more professional. Just copy in your draft and send it to Brian. In this case, it's also cool to see that Brian already suggested a suitable subject line, so that's another time saving for me. We also provide a comprehensive prompt library. You can find it on our website at prompt library, and there you can select your department, which would be in this case sales. And here you can get inspired on which use cases generative AI can also help you. There's also a super powerful skill called autofill, where you can use the latest GPT model in Excel to fill out hundreds of cells in seconds. One use case for that is data enhancement of a contact list. This can be used for when you take over a new territory and have an exported list of contacts out of your CRM system, but for some of the contacts, only the email address was added in the past. You don't want to manually input all the person-specific data for each of the contacts, so Brian can do it for you. For this scenario, there's a ready-to-use template on our website, which you can find under Skills, Research, Autofill, and then clicking on Templates. When scrolling down, you can see there are templates on many different use cases, one being our example of the email list. This is how the template looks like, and as you can see, the Brian autofill formula is already in there, which will do the magic for you. I'm just copying my exported email addresses in the Excel file, copy the formula, save it, and send it back to Brian. When sending the file back to Brian, you simply need to type in autofill, and Brian will then fill out all cells which have a Brian formula. Then simply download the file again, which now has your data maintained, and you can upload it back to your CRM system. As you can see on our template site, there are so many more use cases for Brian autofill, and if you are just a little bit of an expert in Excel, you can also build your own templates using the Brian autofill formula. So this was it for today with some use cases for working with Brian in sales. I hope you got inspired and can start saving some time in your daily work life. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can always contact me, for example, via email. Bye.